everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marion. In today's video, I'm doing a get ready with me chit chat, more so on giving my thoughts on love after divorce, love after being in a long-term relationship. But before I jump into this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And without further ado, we're gonna hop right into it. So I'm thinking that I wanted to, have a grown woman, even men if you're watching, type of conversation while I do my makeup. And it's basically my opinions, my thoughts on love or life after divorce or being in a long-term relationship. I know I have a lot of new subscribers here, and I'm not sure if you watched the video, basically me, giving you a little bit information about who I am and why I decided to, start doing YouTube videos. It was really, just, this is a hobby, and how I really started liking makeup, because it never really was like a passion of mine. And so yeah, I'll link that video down below, because I know I'll just start rambling and kind of like veer off what I really want to talk about today. So I should have kind of like wrote down an outline, because I can ramble, I can go on and on and on, and I kind of want to stay on topic, and I really don't want this video to be long, if you get what I'm saying. But it could be interesting, because I would like to have like a conversation about, how people feel. They're different. Everyone have different perspectives when it comes to love, relationships, marriage, domestic partnerships, whatever you want to call it, because I know not everyone has the goal of being someone's spouse. That's just not something that they aspire to be in life, which is perfectly fine. I have been married not once but twice. The first marriage, I don't even know if I would even want to consider that as a marriage. I was 23 years old, and I think I was more so in love with the thought of being married than actually being in love with the person that I married. And that kind of like had me questioning, well, do you really know the difference between loving someone and truly being in love with someone? Now, I questioned that for quite some time until I got married again. And then I really truly understood what being in love with someone actually felt like and meant. Now, in my opinion, the definition of being in love or falling in love varies, and it's based on a person's beliefs, their views, what they want out of whomever they are with. Love isn't an exact science, so I can't really tell you, okay, in order for you to know you're in love with this person, XYZ needs to occur, because there could be different reasons why you fell in love with that person that I might not even know, or the next person. So that's another thing. Like, I know a lot of times these relationship gurus are online, giving their opinions, and that's exactly what it is, opinions, when it comes down to knowing who you're in love with, if you're truly in love, or what's the difference between love and being in love, because there is a very big difference in between loving someone and being in love. So when it comes to loving someone, I mean, you can love multiple people. Love have different levels. There's a different level on, or there's different type of love, to put it that way, because the love you have for your kids is not going to be the same love that you have for your spouse or significant other. So I feel like when you're in love with the person that you love and that you're with, it's on a much deeper level, because you are, how can I explain it? Because the way that you feel about that person surpasses, the infatuation stage. You are able to accept that person, flaws and all. You are more concerned about their well-being. You kind of can see going past just being girlfriend and boyfriend, because you shouldn't be getting married to anybody that you're not in love with, unless you're like me, young and dumb. It's just a whole different level to me when a person says that they're in love with me. 9 times out of 10, they're in love with either actions that you've done, or the way that you've made them feel, or just your character, personality. So they're typically in love with certain things about you. Or it could be you as a whole, like the way you carry yourself, the way you motivate. When a person is in love with you, they can break down why they're in love with you, if you get what I'm saying. So to talk about love after, being in a long-term relationship that didn't work out, or being divorced, twice divorced, it's kind of hard, especially if you've lived by yourself for so long and you've kind of managed to have, certain patterns, certain expectations, and you kind of, well, as far as me, so I'm not going to say you, I'm going to say me. We're going to focus on how I see it. So for me, it's been 10 years since my divorce. And yes, I've been in serious relationships, but I can honestly say I really didn't fully let my guard down to give 100%, because I use that, I guess, as a defense mechanism so I don't get hurt. And I also have, I can be a bit cynical at times and kind of pessimistic sometimes, but then I also get in the mood where, I want to experience what I missed out on. So I kind of go back and forward, trying to figure out, what do you want, Marion? As a 42-year-old woman, I have to start thinking like Marion. What do you really want? Do I really want to start experiencing love in its totality without, having these preconceived notions that something is going to happen and I'm not going to be able to, get what I desire and want? So those are little things that plays in my head. I'm an Aquarius and we are overthinkers. Sometimes we overthink to the point where we can, really truly miss out on certain things. And I just feel like, maybe I'm getting to the point where I need to determine if being the way that I am now is hurting me, is detrimental to me. Not in a point where it's going to cause physical harm, but I have to think about, why am I not allowing myself to experience the full totality of allowing someone to truly love me the way that they want to, and to truly trust that person to the point where I can say he has my back and I not only love him, but I am in love with him, if you get what I'm saying. One thing about me, and I think what has me in a chokehold, is I'm always thinking about the what ifs, and that's a bad thing, because I shouldn't be worried about things that hasn't transpired, and I really don't have a reason to even be saying what if this, what if that, especially if a person hasn't shown me that they can't be trusted, Like, it's just like, it's me sabotaging my own self in a way. And I really hate that. And I be trying to, like, convince myself, like, Marion, get out of your own way. Like, shake out of it. Like, what are you afraid of? And I feel like, honestly, it's really time for me to stop playing and get out of my own way. It's really time for me to be like, Marion, enough is enough. Because there's really nothing out here as far as like trying to date multiple people, and the dating game has truly changed, and I'm just not up for the, excuse my French, fuckery. I'm just not. It's just not my thing. I don't think it ever will be. So that's pretty much where I stand. Now, I think it's hard for people like me who are always, questioning people's motives. And, I like to look at everything from all sides. And that could be a good thing, and that could be a bad thing, because a lot of times when I'm thinking about stuff, it kind of blocks me from moving forward. Kind of like what I've been saying, I've just been getting in my own way. And I just need to just finally just let this guard down, because honestly, it's no need for it to be up. I cannot give you one reason why the guard is still up. And I have a question for you ladies, or you guys, or whoever's watching. If you are married or in a serious relationship, what makes that person the one for you? What characteristics are, how can I word it? What draws you to them to the point where you just knew that you could just love this person forever, or for, right now? Also, I want to know, do you believe in love at first sight? I hear that all the time. I was told that a person can, know immediately if they love someone or if they are in love. And that's kind of weird to me, especially if you don't know that person. But I guess you are falling in love with the person that you think that they are, or what you know about them thus far. I don't know. Let me know. I'm always curious about that. Always. I be needing to know. So let me know your thoughts on that. Do I believe in love at first sight? No, I do not. But I'm not knocking those that do. So let me just put that out there. It's all a personal preference. Everyone have different beliefs. Some people feel like in order to be in a serious relationship, they have to live together. Some people's goals is to, be married. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, they don't want to have a long-term relationship and live separately. There's nothing wrong with that. I just, I'm just curious. I just like to hear different perspectives when it comes to this type of thing. Because your girl, a lot be running through my mind. And it's crazy because a lot has been running through my mind lately. Like, I really need to get myself together. Another thing is, I kind of talk myself out of things. I be like, you know what? Give it a chance. What's the harm in it? And then I find 50 million reasons why I shouldn't. Or I can come up with what's the harm in it. And then I'll be like, is it really worth it? But sometimes I feel like I should take a chance, step out on faith, and just go with the flow. So, Let me know if you've faced these type of questions or concerns, if you've been in a serious relationship and gone back out into the dating scene and got into another relationship, if you're trying to figure out where you want it to progress. Do you just want it to stay where, you're just dating, or you're not living together, you're not discussing potentially being married? I just want to know. Because your girl have a lot going on up here. A lot. And it just be like everywhere. I have so many thoughts. And a lot of times I'll be like, you know what, let me call one of my friends. And now I'm like, you know what, I really don't feel like bothering them with my mumbo jumbo. So I was like, while I'm doing my makeup, I can just bother you guys and get your opinion. And if they're watching this video, I'm sorry, but you can leave your opinions down below in the comments as well. So let me just break down to you some of the trivial thoughts and questions I be having in my head, especially like when it comes to living with someone. The first thing I be thinking about is my personal space, my quiet time, because it's just me and my daughter here. So when I get off work, she's at work, or if she was here and I got off work, she doesn't bother me. So my house is quiet. And I don't have to worry about another person's, have they ate? Am I, cleaning up after them? Do I have to spark up a conversation? Just, your girl is cuckoo, okay? I just be like, oh, I enjoy my quiet time. Do I want to give up my quiet time, my space? Do I want to share space with someone like that? Do I want to see that person every day? Those are questions, because I'm a moody person, and that's not a good thing. I'm definitely trying to work on that. I know I need to. So luckily, that's already understood. But I just have these stupid, trivial reasons in my head that be stopping me from doing certain things or moving forward. Do I want to be touched every day? Do I want to be, bothered? I'm not a cook. I will cook, but I only have to make sure that I eat. Well, my daughter too, but she has a job. But then I'm having to worry about another person's well-being because we're in the same household. Those are trivial things that I think about. And it's kind of, in a way, selfish. So I know I need to work on that. One thing I know, in order for a relationship to be successful or marriage, is having the ability to compromise and also recognize, your flaws and what you need to work on as a person. And I have recognized a lot of my flaws. And so those are things that I want to work on, because I definitely wouldn't want someone to feel, neglected or feel like they can't experience me 100% and I'm giving half-ass effort. You know what I'm saying? So I am currently just trying to work through my selfishness, my ability to compromise. I have no problem with holding myself accountable for some of my weird, crazy thoughts and ways and views. For so long, I have been a person that wasn't big on titles, and I'm still not big on them, because what's understood don't need to be explained, but I understand that titles are very important to people. I also understand that knowing a person's love language is very important, and being able to meet their needs based on Your love language. See, I know all these things, and I know you're probably like, Marion, well, if you know all these things, what's the problem? What's holding you back? Me. And the little voice in my head that's saying, no, Marion, you don't need to do all that. You're all right. You're okay the way that you are, which I know I need to work on. You know, that thought process of, you know, just take me as I am. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. Oh my God. That used to be my mantra for so long. And I know that is absolutely not the right way to be when it comes to, you know, being in a relationship. So your girl knows what she needs to work on. It's just me needing to finally just say, Marion, it's time. So a lot of times when I be having these talks and discussions with myself, the song that pops up in my head a lot is You Should Let Me Love You by Mario. I be feeling like that song is in my head because it's possibly God letting me know or telling me that I should allow myself to be loved exactly the way that Mario is indicating in that song. Oh my God, I'm starting the song. Ugh. Like, girl. Now, it's not really an issue when it comes to trust. It's just, I guess, the ability to allow myself to be vulnerable. I think that's the issue. Allowing myself not to have full control over the situation. The control aspect of it is, I would think, the most scariest part for me, because I guess, well, no one wants to get hurt, but I need to like allow myself to be vulnerable. So I would just like to thank you guys for allowing me this opportunity to kind of like rant and get certain things off my chest, off my mind. There were a lot more that I wanted to say, but a lot was going on in my mind while I'm trying to verbalize it. So if I do decide to, you know, expound a little bit more on my thoughts on taking it to the next level when you've been in a previous marriage or long-term relationship, and you are in a relationship and you're trying to figure out if you want to take it to the next level, or if you're not in a relationship but you're dating or thinking about dating, like certain things go through your mind because you're used to certain things. You have your guard up, especially me. My guard has been up for so long that, like I said, it's kind of hard to let it down, but I know it's time for me to let my guard down and experience love in its totality and allow myself to be vulnerable. But, you know, things happen, things occur. We have to, you know, change our mindset on things. And I think that's exactly where I'm at, changing my mindset. So if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching.